Special good evening, Trinidad and Tobago. I am waiting for the YouTube live to go live. I need to know if the YouTube live is live. So I'm going to wait for one of the usual YouTube suspects to tell me, because we used the system this morning at 104.7, and of course we changed it up, and so I do not know if it's showing now. So I'm asking, if you're seeing it on the YouTube, let me know please. Maya, Graham, I need to know if you're seeing me live. Sorry about that. Facebook people have no idea what the hell I'm talking about. But I would normally get something like an update on my page, the YouTube page that I have. And I'm looking for the link right now to make sure. Maya is not well, as many of you know, because it wouldn't be taking this long for me to get this information. But she's not well. And yeah, I'm not getting this where I need it to be. So I am going to have to assume, also the audio looking kind of loud, I'm going to have to assume that could somebody go on the YouTube link and check it for me please, and just make sure that the YouTube people are good so that we could start. And we're going to start in a couple minutes. I want to say to Trinidad, yesterday I put out a post. Now I have reliable sources all over the world that provide information. That when I say I have reliable sources, they find me. I did nothing to make this happen. They found me. Please share up the video everywhere you are. Let's get everyone to know that we're here. I think I started early. Today is Thursday, November 9th. Yeah? While we're organizing all of this, and people piling on. Nice. While we're organizing all of this, let's play our music. Give me a laugh out loud there. And they're looking to see where the guys so boy. Hey, Philip, listen, man. Keep them on their toes. Spread the word. Let them know we're here. You're liking that or you want soca? Call the shot now. Let me see. The next 3 comments tell me. You want soca or you want some back shot? Tell me. What you want? Alexander the Great. Yeah, come. Tell me. Look at all the ends. A lot of shame. A lot of shame. Share up the video, please. Call them out, call them out, call them out, call them out. I still don't know what's going on the YouTube. Somebody go on the YouTube and check. Is the YouTube up and running? Give me 2 minutes. Share it on every page. Slackers. Hey Olena, come now man. This is not that kind of video. This is a video where we want things on a certain level. People want us to be very parliamentary. You can't play back shot for that. You need something like this. Share it up now people. Share it up, share it up, share it up. Call them out. PNM already, you know. I don't think already. I don't think already. People waiting. So, yeah, I have one more share to share, but I had to tell all of this. And I had to say it now, because we don't want too much time to pass. Some of the newcomers will say, what is this? Talk the talk now, man. We ain't here for all of that, bacchanal. If you have groups that you are a member of, share the video there. I need to find out if we, not one person tell me if we're on the YouTube. All the wicked and bad way. So I'm going to have to message. Nothing on YouTube yet, sorry. Oh my God, what does that mean? Philip, you messed the whole thing up again. Not showing on YouTube. You see that? Okay, so I'll tell you all what. We can't stop the video to go and fix the YouTube, so I will let it run. And right after the video, I'm going to upload it to YouTube. So people on YouTube, I apologize. To the people on Facebook, you'll have to do yeoman service tonight and call everybody out and let them know we're here because we're going to talk. So I interrupt the song to tell you something. I posted at Maxie Cuffie. Now I want to tell you something. Maxie Cuffie is the Minister of Communication. Keep smiling those dimples. Listen, and to all the golden girls, because I'm telling you something, all the ladies over 60 that love up on Philip, love you all back. And that is I think that is my demographic. Our biggest following, they call themselves the Golden Girls, and we love you all bad. We love you all bad. Thank you very much. Anyway, back on this. Graham is responding. Yeah, and if Maya wasn't sick, this fixing a one. But anyway, we will get it fixed. Right. So I put up this post because he's the Minister of Communication. Understand the level of the cluster fire truck we're dealing with here. Now, to the PNM knuckle-dragging mouth breeders who have never been educated in how government and parliament is supposed to work, I have to excuse you because it is not your fault. You are doing, it's like when you train an animal to behave a certain way, and I know it has no choice but to behave that way. We have a responsibility to bring all our people back, and we have to teach them and get them to understand that is not what government is for. Government is not for a prize, it's not a sweetie, it's not a pose, it's not I like you, hold that. Take our blue lights and I like yourself. That is not what it is for. But we will come back to that during this tonight, because we will undo and redo even the level of intelligence of our people. Our people need to know what that parliament is for. Because I tell you, if they understood the power of that parliament to fix their lives and make their lives better, half them jokers wouldn't get away with what they're getting away with now. But the Minister of Communication he had multiple strokes, and we've had no communication. Fair enough. The PNM has failed at everything. They might as well fail at communication. Every ministry has failed. Might as well fail the Ministry of Communication. Fair enough. We have no information, but there is nobody to turn to ask for information. So one of my very good sources sent me a message. So I guess I could shut down what's going on YouTube now and save the save the bandwidth. And I'm sorry, I really apologize to the YouTube people, and it is just that sometimes Philip is challenged, and he will take that, he will take his blows, and Felicia Holder, the chairman, she will go through this with me tomorrow or Saturday and help me fix it back to how it's supposed to be. Anyway, come back to this. So the Minister of Communication, who is also, and this is a problem, when we say the minister is also the member of parliament that is a problem, because a member of parliament should have no other job. If you are the member of parliament, that should be your full-time job, and you should be addressing the needs of the people, because it is between 30 and 50,000 people who are looking to you for their direct link to governance. That's your job. You are the hand of government. You are their representation. You are their voice. They voted you into a place where you go and speak on their behalf. That is what a member of parliament means. Parliament is the House of Representatives. It is the house set aside for all the people's representatives to come and agitate and act and speak on their behalf. And that is what is supposed to be going on in the parliament. So when a member of parliament and a minister both fall along same time, you have a problem. You have two problems. I tell you why. Communication is important. It is not important enough to need a ministry. Communications is what I do. And I want to tell you, Communications is not important enough to need its own ministry, but communications is important. Trinidad does not need more than 9 cabinet ministers. We have all these cabinet ministers as jobs for the boys. Once Rowley keep giving them ministries, they wouldn't vote against him every time they have a couture in the party. Something else to talk about at another time. The Prime Minister is the first among equals. He only has that job because the majority of the parliamentarians, the representatives on your behalf, acting for you, video sticking. Juju, I don't know what to tell you. You had a reboot, check it back. I don't know what to say, but come back later, the whole video will be here. The Prime Minister, your member of parliament and others like them representing you give their vote to support either the opposition leader or the member of the Prime Minister or stand independent. Again, those things we have to talk another time. I have a lot to share with you. Now, the member of parliament for La Hoqueta, Talparo, is the more important role Maxie Cuffie has. We don't treat it so in Trinidad. We don't understand what my MP is. My member of parliament is also the Prime Minister, so I lose. I lose because he's busy Prime Ministering when he's not playing golf and entertaining young ladies. But I need a member of parliament because my entire constituency in a mess for crime, poverty, bad roads, mosquitoes, drainage, floods. We're doing nothing in the constituency to develop it. West Park, Savannah, taking 497 years to just lay a grass. The Caranage Fishing Village, Fishing Market, which is the most important thing in Caranage, Campbell, 932 years, that one taken. But we're building the biggest water park in the world in Chagaramas, and that working at a clip. This country is bass backwards, which is German for ass backwards, and that's how they're running the country. But in the parliament, Keith Christopher Mugabe Sabga Rowley, when the first question was made available in 2010 at the Prime Minister, at the opposition leaders, question day, when they could have stand up and question the government, what is the status of this? The first question that mumbling jackass asked of Kamala Prasad Bisesa, who was then the Prime Minister, what is the status of the Caranage Fish Market? Now, that jackass, Keith Christopher Mugabe Sabga Rowley, was there, member of parliament for Diego Martin West, for 31 years, at the time 28 years, and he had presided over a PNM government that spent $19 million and had nothing to show for it. Like his partner in crime, I say it slow for those who slow, his partner in crime, Colm Imbert, member of parliament for Diego Martin Central, no, Diego Martin Northeast. He put up a sign on Long Circular Road in 2002, future site of the nursing headquarters of Trinidad and Tobago. All they've gotten since is that sign. They got a sign. They got a sign 15 years ago. 15 years ago. And we keep voting these jackasses back into the parliament because we don't understand what the parliament is for. Let's come to Maximilian Cuffie. I was told Maxie Cuffie is brain dead and is on life support. I tried to get information. There was no information to get. I Googled it to see if any of Trinidad and Tobago's media is touching it. Nobody is touching it. This is the communications minister, but fire truck that. He is the member of parliament for La Hoqueta Talparo, representative of the people, 1/23 of what is holding the PNM government up. He has a role and a responsibility in that seat. And if he, the living person, can't do the job, we have a responsibility to appoint a caretaker and announce a by-election to have a living person sit in that seat and represent the people. This is where the party supporters get it wrong. And they're jumping out and defending Maxie Cuffie. But it could be Maxie Cuffie or Theosophilus Brown. Nobody gives a shit who is wearing that Balize tie. As long as it's a Balize tie, we're fighting for them. Miss me with that bullshit, because I have zero interest in that. You see, party sycophantic support, not this half-breed. Not me. The person that sits on your seat in the parliament acts for you, promotes your best interests, is supposed to seek your well-being in the parliament, that is their only job. Early. You need to know. That's their job. So when the person that you've elected to sit on that seat to represent your well-being, your children, your parents, the mosquito that come in to bite your child and give her Zika and make her walk twist for the rest of her life, your member of parliament could have fixed that. The gun that hold you up and shoot you, your member of parliament could have fixed that. The fact that you can't get a job and you're catching your ass and you might be the one on the other side of the gun, so police looking for you, your member of parliament could have fixed that. The hospital, your mother, your cousin, your vex, because she lying down on sponge on the ground and people passing and kicking her in the hospital. That your mother. Your member of parliament could have fixed that. I want you to understand where I'm going, you know. Because when the school opened at the end of the day and threw out the hyenas from the African jungle, as Keith Christopher Rowley called the students and the pupils of this country, your member of parliament could have fixed that. The fact that you can't afford food and you don't know why, your member of parliament could have fixed that. You need to understand that's the role and responsibility of the parliament. That's the role and responsibility of the government. They have one job, one only job, not stunt, not blue light itis, not to go and pips young girls and make porn videos in Diego Martin. One job, represent the people. The well-being of the citizenry is the only purpose and the only reason for there being a government. If we did not need to elect people to office to see about the well-being of the people, we would need no government, we would need no House of Representatives, and we would all take care of our business. This is how Parliament works. Collective responsibility before the chair. We stand and say, listen, you want to pass that bill? I need these bridges, that sidewalk, and that community center finished. My people in Diego Martin West waiting for a fish market 937 years. Landsmeter, Scorpion is boat people. Scorpion is people where them just sitting down there waiting every single day. You ever see the little piece of hole they have to go out in the sea to do their fishing? Fishing is, if you were to help, if every constituency that had fishermen were given the support they needed, a fish market, proper facilities for their boats, security so people don't thief their engine in the night when they're home or go and bust up the nets, because they have people being paid by companies in this country to make growing food and fishing a nightmare, that you give it up and go and become a security guard because they want to import the food red. That's what them want to do. They want to sit down in Fairways, Goodwood Park and Valsine and stunt. And they can't stunt if you're bringing in fish and making their tuna fish can't sell. So they will make sure that you don't get that. And you need a government in office that understands that you should have that. That Maracas have a fishing village. And that fishing village needs to be treated with respect. But let's stick a pin in that. Stick a pin in it. We stick in plenty pins. I will remember all of these videos, all of these pins. We're going to take them back out when we're in government. You know. When we're in government, food production and fishing, Lord, we will treat those people with the respect that they deserve. Fishermen deserve respect. The respect that businessmen organize for themselves in this country through the Chamber of Commerce, wasting time. Miss me with that bullshit. It is the farmer and the fisherman that keeping all of us alive in this country, not them. We could live without the entire Chamber of Commerce. You see, our farmers and our fishermen, we're in trouble. We're in trouble, trust me, you know. You see, when the IMF reach and we can't find money to pay through Hadco and Maxie and Hilo and Amco and all of the stunters, when you see them pack up with the family and they gone to Miami and posting pictures on Facebook from there, when the money done and they're gone, and you can't find money to import, you know who you will bend down and kiss the foot? The farmer and the fisherman, because it is them going to feed your children. But let me stick a pin. Come back to Maxie Cuffie. Maxie Cuffie. So because I could not get information, I put a release of my own in the public space. My release said And the Express now, because I have a release, all of the media now have to put out a release because the office of the Prime Minister, through stunt artist Stuart Young, put out a release. But we're going to deal with Stuarty Boy and his stunt today. First of all, I want to read what I wrote. Because people ask me, write it over, make it sound a little more hug up Luan George, my darling, sexy, sweet, beautiful girl. Luan tell me, Philip, make it sound a little more hug up and ears rubbing. You see, I deal with a lot of things. I deal with a lot of things all day. I don't get paid for this, you know, but I deal with this all day. So I don't have time to make sure that everything is a hug up and a squeeze up and a kiss. And if they have two ways to take something, and one of them is malicious, and the other one is a hug up and a squeeze up and a kiss, assume it's the second one. But this was my post. This is what I put out there yesterday that caused all of the consternation and all of the drama. I said, why is there so many things on my wall? I think my wall is a newsfeed by itself. This, I'm getting there. Wow, scroll on, scroll on, scroll on. I posted, and it went virally viral. Maxie Cuffie I put breaking news. Maxie Cuffie is brain dead and is on life support in a private hospital at taxpayers' expense. Dr. Rowley, as Prime Minister, I call on you to do the decent and honorable thing, to have Maxie Cuffie transferred to the public health system of Trinidad and Tobago, and to declare the La Hoqueta Talparo seat vacant, and call on His Excellency to announce a by-election at the earliest possible opportunity. The people deserve representation. The democracy must be preserved. That was the sum total of my release. Of course, it tripped some of the Balize juice drinkers into thinking, Yataka cry, Yataka Balize. One of the crapu in a Balize tie get attacked. Circle the wagons, come and attack him back. But it was an attack against Maxie. And I had to go and tell people, Maxie Cuffie was my editor at the Mirror for years. I was the only columnist in the history of the Mirror that had a column in the weekday and the weekend edition because Maxie knew I was single-handedly carrying the Mirror for a while. And I do not say that with arrogance. But I was the only person that he needed that. So I had to write 2 columns a week for Maxie. And I had to keep them interesting. And Maxie and I would meet regularly. And Maxie had some questionable positions in life. I remember once we were dealing with the issue of racism in Trinidad, and Maxie told me it is normal in the jungle for the gazelles to drink with the gazelles and the zebras to drink with the zebras. And I said, you know what, Maxie, that's your position, yes? I never expected that Maxie Cuffie, who would beg me, because the Mirror, I mean, when these two parties in power, they pretend like there's elected lords and royalty. And all for we and none for you. And that is the bullshit that destroys the country. Because nobody is actually trying to run Trinidad and Tobago. What they're trying to do is stunt up themselves, take what they could get, handle their people, and see how long they could run half the country. That as long as we eat it, fireburn all that. But it can't be so. But anyway, Maxie used to bemoan to me how he not getting any government advertising, which is the lifeblood of a newspaper. Without government advertising, all newspapers shut down. Because they don't have enough, Sabga don't have enough thing to sell in Guardian newspaper. As big as Sabga think he is, Guardian media will shut down tomorrow without government ads. Tell the entire Sabga clan I say so. But come back. Maxie used to beg because Maxie knew Gary Griffith and I were friends. And that Gary Griffith was the then advisor to Kamala. And he eventually became Minister of National Security. And I went and I helped get Maxie some advertising. Helped him get some advertising. Government advertising in the Mirror. He said, what? You charm any government? Do it nice, do it twice. I was the person who, Camille Robinson, We Alone Regis, went on a platform to bad talk a show that I sent to Rudal Monilal when the UNC was in government. And I said, let's do a show called Equal Time so that the public, and you could go on YouTube and hear this frotting jackass Camille Robinson Regis talk this shit and people lap it up because we don't have to have critical thinking or common sense in this country. We just have to talk shit. And if we talk shit loud enough, CNC3 will cover it, David Abdullah will parrot it, and maybe we will get a march or two and I invite to a cocktail party. That is the arsery that passes for governance in this country. But Maxie Cuffie when the PNM won the election, Maxie and I had one telephone conversation. Congratulations, Maxie. I spoke to him, I said, we are the people who do the rapid response communication. If you're interested in it in any way, because it helps prevent panic and all that. He said, Philip, you can't get no business from us. I said, why? He said, you ran against the government. I said, yes, but I ran as an independent. So whatever is all your institutional racist war, that have nothing to do with me. Yeah, but you ran against the leader. I said, Maxie, you really believe the bullshit you're telling me now? I said, yeah. I said, well, you could kiss my half-red ass. We will never speak again. And we never did. We never did. That does not mean I wish Maxie bad. I don't wish him bad. I honestly believe that people get the karma they deserve. And I don't want nobody bad karma. I want to make sure I take care of my business, my family. I do well for as many people as possible. So when judgment day come and they balance my good deeds against my bad deeds, I want my good deeds to outnumber them so I could get my 70 virgins and what are the religions promise? Juice, and I think somebody else says get a pineapple upside down cake. I want everything. So I'm doing all the good I could. And yes, I've been facetious and joking. So please don't make that an issue. But I don't wish Maxie bad. What I wish is the parliament work properly. That's what I wish. And also, I know that and I'm not talking about Kamala and her children's life fund stunt. I always thought that was bullshit. And I always despised the UNC for using little children to make political mileage. And especially when they're ill. You see, that don't sit well with me. That don't sit well with me at all. And I want to tell you that. So I never ever had anything to say in support of or against. I just leave that bullshit alone. I say, you know what, Kamala, always some bullshit artists, all you deal with that on all your own. But I know that there are little children in this country. If you don't like grown-ups, they have little children of every creed and race suffering in this country that could use simple things like eyeglasses. Forget hole in the heart surgery and joint at the hip and all of that. Simple things like eyeglasses. Simple things like braces. Simple things like crutches. Simple things. And they can't get it. But it is costing Trinidad and Tobago $12,000 a day to keep Maxie on life support. So I said $12,000 a day to keep Maxie on life support when we have those facilities here seem to be bad. And you all know my position is all public office holders, it should be law that they use public health. And if you don't want to use public health, if you want to go and stunt in West Shore and Sinclair or foreign, put it out your pocket, brother. Not the public fund. Because we're not supposed to take care of Franklin Cahn's heart. And if I tell you how I really feel about that, some of you PNM supporters will get a stroke. But I really think that that is an abuse of the system. These people get paid so well, so ridiculously well. There is so many perks to public office that if you do not want to use public health, and I'll tell you why I want to make the point about public health there. Because these fire truckers, it is because of them and their mismanagement, not just the PNM, the UNC too. Because I blame the red and ready and the yellow and steady crew for the condition of healthcare in this country. And brother, if you in public service and our public health that you are responsible for, not good enough for you, fire yourself. I always say, if you go to a restaurant and the people working in the restaurant don't eat the food in the restaurant, something wrong. Something wrong. Come back to this. Maxie Cuffie, I said, if he is brain dead and on life support, bring him to Trinidad, plug him in here. Forget the handful. And I must say, I was expecting the fallout to be massive, but there was a few and a couple people get catch in the little flood. A couple former friends of mine who want to call me out and say this is bullshit and it's unfeeling and you're trying to get work. None of that is true. It is not your fake piety. The people who accuse me of using it for politics, I never did. I'm not using it for politics. When you come in to defend a sick man who cannot operate as in the role that he is being paid for, who is playing cheap politics here? Not you. You are defending somebody incapacitated, and I am saying, plug him into healthcare in Mount Hope, give him some nice service, get somebody else to do the job. Both things can happen at the same time. And I do not care. Who vex can vex. Or they can vex till all their belly navel string bust. This is a fact. This is truth. This is reality. We have a country to run. We have to stop putting the country's best interest and the people's best interest aside for bullshit. And we seem too willing to always put the important things aside for bullshit. And again, I want to tell Trinidad and Tobago this. Hate me, you know. Hate me. I don't mind. I don't care. I good. I happy. Nobody don't feed me. Nobody don't clothe me. I take care of my own business. Love me, hate me as your call. But you should want better for you. And you should say that every public office holder should sit in traffic. From the Prime Minister come down. This is a dot of an island. If the Prime Minister is afraid of the population, you shouldn't be Prime Minister, brother. If you think that the people of the country want to kill you, and you can't fix that, and make sure that you and everybody else safe, you're the wrong man for the work. You're the wrong man for the work. That is your job. Because if you're not safe, none are we safe. And why you must get bodyguards and we don't? The fire truck is that. Let's talk real. Your job is to fix crime. Your job is to stop the guns. Your job is to end the gang violence. If you cannot, the bodyguards and the blue lights and the busting it through traffic is an admission of failure by you. And you should fire yourself. Worse, all the rest of them who think they're too good for traffic, that have outriders that clear in the road, that is bullshit. It is all of you together who sit in the cabinet that's supposed to say, fellas, we could fix this traffic nonsense. Let's bring this to the top of the agenda. I am tired of sitting 3 hours in traffic. But you don't, so you do not know. How could you speak of something that you do not understand? How? How could you address a problem if you're not in the problem? How? How? And this is what Trinidadians have to know, and this is what Trinidadians have to say. But I ain't done with... I'm coming back to stuntman Stuart Young. Because Stuart Young put out a release, and the Express copy and paste the release. So I'm going to read the Express copy and paste, because the Express put out an article. Father, Lord Jesus Christ, have mercy on my sinful soul for what I am about to say. All the pantheons of the gods, I bless and prostrate myself before you now. I am about to take this government to task. This is what the mother-ass Express put out, and I'm going to be cooler. This is what the Express put out today, November 9th at 8:55 a.m. Published by Carolyn Kissoon of the Multimedia Desk. And this means, what a multimedia desk basically means is somebody who sits down and follows social media. And if the government sends a press release, then copying that too. So this is what she did. Public Administration and Communication Minister, Public Administration. The man is also the Public Administration Minister. That not getting addressed while he languishing wherever he is. Public Administration and Communication Minister Maxie Cuffie, who suffered a debilitating stroke 2 months ago, is recovering. I wish him well. He is not on life support. This, according to Cuffie's relatives, who confirmed that the La Joqueta Talparo MP was transferred to a medical institution in Washington, D.C. for physical rehabilitation. Now, I have a problem with this. He is speaking well now. He was taken to a hospital in Washington he is alive, and his condition is improving significantly, a relative said. Now, Stuarty Boy said he spoke with him today. Stuarty Boy said he spoke with Maxie Cuffie today. And Stuarty Boy said Maxie is doing well, is in good spirits, and is healthy. See those three things? Papa God, Jesus, Mary, Joseph, all of the pantheon of gods, and everybody in heaven, all of you, I apologize. I apologize now. Stuart Young. Stuart Young, this is for you. Stuart Young. If he is well, if he is healthy, if he is in high spirits, why is it still costing us $12,000 a day? Stuart Young, liar-in-chief, stunt artist of the parliament. If he is well and recovered and doing nicely, and from the way you said it, he's hopping and skipping about, why is it still costing us $12,000 a day? Or did you lie, Stuart Young? Did you lie again, Stuart Young? Liar-in-chief for the PNM? Did you lie again? If he is hopping and skipping and doing cartwheels, why can't he hop and skip and cartwheel in Mount Hope? Why must it cost us $12,000 a day? Stuarty boy, jackass, liar-in-chief, Keith Rowley's sock puppet. I put to you that the two things do not line up. And I put to the Trinidad Express and every other media house that covers that bullshit without asking a question. You see, the media quoted me today and then followed it up with Stuarty Boy's release after, as if to debunk my position without thinking. 682-2110 is a number well known throughout this country. That's my phone number. Every journalist have it and they could get it easy because it's everywhere. It's like salt. They know my number quicker than they know Mario's and Pizza Boys. And they could have called me, Mr. Alexander, we understand that you had something to say. But they didn't. They published from my Facebook what I said. And then they published what Stuart Young said. But not one of them thought to ask, if Maxie Cuffie is doing cartwheels in the hospital, why is it still costing the people of Trinidad and Tobago $360,000 a month? Why? Scarce US dollars. Scarce. Foreign currency. $360,000 a month. So that Maxie could play hopscotch in foreign. Stuart Young, I look forward to your next release, son, because you are now completely devoid of anything like integrity. Ethically, you are challenged, and that is me keeping my word to everybody who tell me, Philip, don't cuss. Don't cuss. Don't cuss, Philip. Don't cuss the media. Don't cuss the Prime Minister. Don't cuss that jackass Stuart Young. Don't cuss everybody who let this pass. Don't cuss them fools who stunting on your walls with fake piety and hypocrisy when they have little children in this country eating mud to swell their belly so they could sleep in the night. And this mocking pretender, this jackass lying down in silk sheets in foreign air condition with things beeping all around him, because our medical health sector in this country is ratted bullshit. And them fire truckers justify in this budget gone here to spend a next $5 billion on it. What is sane about anything here? It should be law. It should be law that if you are in government and has the power to fix what is wrong, then you make yourself available. You eat the bread you need. Don't need bread for we, and you eating foreign. Don't do that. Don't do that, brother. You're leading the brethren astray. All those people who think that what I am doing is attacking Maxie Cuffie or the PNM for some personal vendetta, understand this. That $360,000 US that was spent per month for the past months, that is your money. More than my money. Plenty of you need that money more. Plenty of you need that help. Plenty of you defending the wrong thing. Only defending the wrong thing. The complete wrong thing. And I want to ask Stuart Young one more thing before I close. In fact, I'll ask you to keep Christopher Mugabe Sabgarowli. If you fire Marlene McDonald for associating with Berkey Burke because of Berkey Burke's reputation and association, what would you do, keep Christopher Mugabe Sabgarowli, to a member of your government whose daughter is living with whose stepdaughter is living with a known drug lord? Media, I'm giving all this some work to do. Stuart Young, put out a release. What should be the government's position on a minister whose stepdaughter living with a known drug lord? To the people who think that the city could burn down and you could jam still, jam. Trust me, jam. Jam. I learned this when I was in St. Mary's College. And it was a relative of mine who said to me, you're liming with the wealthy, you're breaking bish with the wealthy, you're doing the things that the wealthy do, but at the end of the school career, they're walking into jobs and lives that you are not walking into. To them, this is not important. To you, it is lifeblood. What you learn, what you know, gives you a chance and an opportunity, and I will never forget that. To the people who think that all are we jamming and all are we whining, check everybody after. When it burns down, some have places to go. Where you have to go. Ask yourself that question. Oh Lord, the city, but which of it still, the building, but fall down, which of it. Some of you cannot access money for the hospital. I bought a hand of fig yesterday. You know it cost this country millions of dollars for healthcare for members of parliament. I buy a hand of fig yesterday that had 6. I almost took a picture. The bananas big so, and the hand of fig was $18. So that's $3 a banana. I was alive when bananas, just the other day, was $2.75 a pound. I don't know what is going on, but I am speaking to you. You are getting to a place where a family is going to have to buy and share one banana. We are going into a troubled time. You will only understand when it happens, when you know, now I'm in trouble. Problems. I can't do it. I can't make ends meet anymore. It's bad. There are too many people in this country that cannot afford to live. They cannot afford to live. You take in your hard-earned money to buy party tickets, to go and jam with people who don't need to work. Them driving up there in fancy car, and you know them getting the tickets free to fool you. You spending your money on nonsense. I want to tell rank and file Trinidad and Tobago something. If you want to fix this country, bust all the carnival events. Bust all the carnival bands. Bust them. Let the rich people who get the comps and the costumes free, let them go. Let them go. But your hard-earned money, you see that ad Island Finance has put out? Borrow money for the carnival and pay for the next 12 months? Tell Island Finance and any other bank that tell you that my mother didn't raise any stupid children. This is not green guava time, you know. This is dry coconut time. I want to tell you something. All the things that you think that you could turn to in case of a crisis, it's not there, you know. It's not there. It's not there. You have to prepare for the worst, especially if you have a family. Prepare for the worst. Hold on to them dollars. Squeeze it till the bird ball. Make sure that when you let it go, you spend it. You want to say, measure 3 times and cut once. Let's bust every carnival fete. Bust. You see all them companies that important furnitures, bust all. You see courts come in this country and open a place with 50 warehouse doors. We can't get US to eat, but then could get US to fill that building. Bust all. It is poor people in this country. If I could only reach you, I tell you, don't vote for me, you know. Don't vote for me at all. I don't really want the work, you know. You see, today, at the crack of noon, I was in Santa Cruz eating a roti and lime in. I good, you know. I reached to where I want to go in life. I don't need nothing else. I'm not like Rowley and Munilal and the rest of these jackasses that need to stunt, you know. I have all that I ever need and more. I have all the people to love me that I need. I like to know that whatever I want to do, I could do. I don't want this work. I tell you something. All I want to teach you is the power of your vote, your consumption, and your labor. You see where you spend your dollar. You see where you go to work. You see who you vote for. You see those 3 things? That's your superpower. And they take advantage of you. And they take advantage of it. And you and everybody like you see everybody in your family. Everybody in your family must shop in one grocery, and preferably a small man grocery. The prices might be a little bit more, but I'm telling you this, you know. And I want you to listen. High-low don't have trust week, you know. Maxie, True Value, them groceries don't have trust week, you know. Them groceries don't have payment next week now. Understand what I'm telling you? Understand this. Bust them now. Get your whole family together. So when the store owners see you, they know this whole family supporting my business. I supporting that family. That's how an economy works. Some of these big Chamber of Commerce companies, them just raping and raiding the society. Plenty advertising to fool you and twist up your mind. I want to tell you something else. Advertising is the first thing I learned. Advertising presents the most persuasive selling message for the goods and service to the right prospect at the lowest possible price. That means advertising is meant to convince you. And in a world where there's an advertising code of ethics, that may apply. But in Trinidad, advertising uses shame, bullying, and peer pressure to make you spend money you do not have. I want to tell Trinidad and Tobago something. From tonight, own your catchers. My training partner in the gym, I just like him, we train a whole in New Jersey. There are people that's come in the gym, you could see that outfit just come out the bag. No problem. You could afford it. Like up yourself. But me, my mother raised no stupid children. And I'm going in the gym to sweat. So if you think I come in the gym to impress you, take a picture. Take a picture. It is time. Hear me this, Hear me say this. It is time to own your catchers. Own it. Own that catchers. Own it. You see, lying about your catchers and pretending you're not catching your ass, making you spend money you don't have. I have enough. I could spend my money. I know. And all the cashiers in Starlight Drugs know that when I come, they have a bin right by the counter. Because I go Starlight Drugs. And anything that on special, 2 for 1, I there with you. I there with you. Because I'm buying that. I like to go in the grocery and look for all the things banded special. I think I win the lotto when the thing I came to buy is banded with something I like. I love that. I buy that. And I like deals, and I like specials, and I like shopping for price. So I know what I love, and I know what I can afford, and I try to get the two of them to meet. But I'm never, ever, ever going to spend money again to fool you. I don't care if you think I am the richest jackass in Babylon. I don't care. I don't care if you like what I have. I do not care. You need to study what you have. That's how you need to be. If you are waking up every day to bathe and dress and go to work to a job that has you miserable, that has you praying for Fridays and vacation days, that is no way to live a life. It is better to scale down your needs and work at a job that you love. That you get up on a Monday morning and stretch. Say, yes, boy, Monday is here. Live that life. I have ties. I have suits. I look cutting, sexy. I know I make that shit look good. And I can't wait for a day that I could give all my ties away. I can't wait for a day. People tell you this. They want me to look more prime ministerial, but they see me during the day in sweats. And you could love me and you could hate me. If you're voting for me for what I'm wearing, it's like I was a jackass for a while. I used to drive a BMW. Every time I drive into BMW, I used to ask myself, $5,000 is a magic number in here. Every time the bonnet pulled, I see price. And I realized that I was driving that to impress other people. I don't care anymore. I know how to save my money, but you know what I'm buying? I'm buying land. I do not own a single piece of jewelry, not one thing. The other day I was walking in the mall and I saw a watch and I liked the watch and I bought the watch. And my father saw the watch. He said, "That's real nice, boy." I said, "I like it." He said, "Yes." Took it up my hand and give it to my father. So my father wears that watch now. I do not own a single piece of jewelry. I am not knocking it. If you could afford it, if you like it, if that is you, I am just saying. If I wanted to wear jewelry, if I wanted to buy a crown, I would go and buy a crown and put it on my head. Because it is my life. And as long as my life, not causing stress in your life, I cool and you should be cool too. What catches everybody is that there are people that you've given the power to speak over your life. And you've told them that their opinion of you matters more than your opinion of you. So they tell you what is in style. Papa, let me tell you, my partner Everett Carter had a clothes store in Westmore. And if he listened to the video, he would tell me, he would text me and tell me, I buy the last turtleneck sweater that he had selling there. And that was about 20 years ago. And I still have it and I waited. Turtleneck sweater must come back. I waited. And I'm not lying. I tell people all the time, this shirt I'm wearing, 20 years old. Not this one. But I go out in outfits and I say, yeah, this is 25 years old. I remember I came back from a devastating loss and we were doing well and we were living well. And we went and we bought a nice set of cutlery for the house. And for about 6 months, every time I use my fork or my knife or my spoon, after I wash it, I would wipe it so it don't get water spots. I mean, I'm over telling you my business because I want you to understand that it is far better to enjoy your life. It is far better to be happy and content. It is far better to be peaceful and surrounded by people that you love than to be stunting and gimmicking and trying to impress people on the avenue who don't know you, who will never, ever care about you. Never. And you have to understand. I remember once somebody told me a home, and my home used to be clean, and I used to be afraid to walk on the ground because it's clean. And somebody told me a home is for free expression, not for good impression. Bam! Changed my whole life. I remember somebody else told me we are human beings, not human doings. Bam! Changed my whole life. So when I come out on this show at night and talk like I talk, it's not like trying to provoke people. I just using my time to open eyes and free minds and tell you all, listen, who vex lost, you know. Who don't like you, don't like you. That don't change what you eating tomorrow. Live for you. Live for your family. If you have to work 3 jobs to create an image, to impress other people, but you're not getting a chance to live your life and enjoy what you're paying for, and more importantly, to spend time with your children and your parents, these are diminishing times. Your children will grow up and your parents will move on to another dimension. They will eventually. And what is the most important thing in this world? Because I said all the time, I go to a lot of funerals, and the same thing I see. I sat down in Sabga funeral. I sat down in a funeral for people under a tent. And it's the same box. Sabga's box may be a lot more expensive. But it's the same box. All the pieces put away. It's done. And no matter what you own, no matter what you do, all of it, you have to leave it behind. Every single thing. Shouldn't the things that you leave behind be memories? When people tell me how I have people bad talking Maxie and cussing Maxie, I say, listen, I can't make people behave one way or the other. My post didn't guide them in any direction. But I remember Dale Carnegie said, live the kind of life that when you die, even the undertaker sad to see you go. I like that. I like that. I want to make sure that love me or hate me or respect me. That's important to me. I want to make sure when I die, there's enough people who think that was a good man. I want people to say, because of him, my life better, my world better, this changed, that changed. I know I did. The thing that I gave my biggest constituents, all of them will never be able to vote for me. The handicapped, the homeless, the orphans. That's the people I work for. And none of this, you will never hear me use my charity or my activism for politics. Never, ever, ever. But I'm just saying to you tonight, and if you could tell as many people as possible, everything that's wrong in this country could be put right, you know. Everything that's wrong in this country could be put right. We just need right now to understand how it's supposed to work, what our role is, and our vote. You see all them catch-ass people in Carnage who waiting for a fish market? Vote Rowley out. Fire him. Vote the PNM out. Tell them all their mother ass. We sit down here and wait for 22 years. I tell the people at Diego Martin West, not only a fishing village, you deserve a marine university. We should be building and exporting engines here. We should be building and exporting. You all know that we have a boat invented in Trinidad and Tobago called it Boeing. And that boat, even the pirogue, we should be mass producing and selling to the world. We're not even nowhere near that. There are too many of those things to talk about. And we reached here. But I want to tell you all something, you know. I really need for you to get this. Forget me. Forget Kamala. Forget Rowley. Look around you. Look at your world. Look at your home. Look at your family. Look at your friends. Look at your neighbors. Look at where you live. Look at your job. Look at how you live. And if any of those things have you unhappy, undo and redo it. Undo and redo it. The Progressive Empowerment Party was created to give you an option. Not something to vote for alone. Something to come and be a part of. You could never be a part of the PNM or the UNC unless you have big money. Never. Never. The rest of those small parties are all jokes. Those are all pretend. Not one of them are talking, and I'm not trying to bad talk them, but not one of them have a plan outside of, let me run for election. You can ask them, what is your policies on anything? They don't know. And if you don't know, how can I put you to lead me if you don't know where we're going? If you don't know where you want to go, how could you lead me? The Progressive Empowerment Party exists to give you a real political option, for real political expression, that you need to come and build. You can't be lazy. Because these people have been taking advantage of you in your name, with your political office for 55 years. And trust me, that will continue. That is not going to change until you give them cause to pause. Until you give them reason to reflect. Until you can vote all of them into history, into the political dustbin, until the constituents of every constituency who have lost and waited and hoped and prayed and begged and burnt tires and marched and do everything they could to try and get change and representation and never did, wake up and shake up the status quo. You see, I want to tell you something. The Chamber of Commerce and the banks have real questions to answer. They have questions to answer. My partner get a piece of land opposite El Socorro, and I want to know that state land and get a petroleum dealer's license like that. And I want to know how all those things happening. I'm watching the health sector. I'm watching National Insurance Board take health money and sponsor a discotheque financing. Poor people can't get money for eyeglasses, dentists, crutches. We twist wrong side. You're allowing them to become, and you're pushing them up higher and higher every time you vote for them. Every single time you vote for them. I want to call the police. I want to call the police and say there's an illegal vendor outside the police station, across the road from Forward Police Station, Kiss Baking Company, breaking the law. Go in the University of the West Indies, call on the Chancellor and ask him, why is your company breaking the law? Why is Kiss Baking Company a member of Trinidad and Tobago Manufacturers Association and the Chamber of Commerce? Why is it being allowed to break the law and poor people can't come and vend on the side of the street? Why is this country so twist wrong? Why is it so difficult for the masses to get a little piece of the action? You want me to tell you what to do? Fix it. Start with you. Fix it. Make better choices. Fix it. That is where we have to go. We, all of us, one to the other, stand up now, own your catchers. You don't just hope for a better day. You work for a better day. 19 Stanmore Avenue, Saturday at noon. That is the seeds of your progress. Come there or go anywhere that you see something that is promising to give you that opportunity for representation in the parliament that serves the well-being of the citizenry. That is the function of government.
Your vote will decide our destiny. Your vote will decide what you want to be. Your vote can protect our country's fate. But use it well before it's too late. If it is that who you're voting, maybe you're not out. When you're voting, vote them out. Vote them out. If it is they prove it, don't be only full of mouth. When you're voting, vote them out. Vote them out. If it is the time is now that change should come about, just as how you vote them in, vote them out. Register and vote them out. If they don't see, vote them out. Stain your finger and vote them out. Show them no mercy, vote them out. Vote them out with total skull and utter disdain. Let's put our country together again. Vote them out of power.
Terminate the reign.
Let's put our country together again.
when you come to the Progressive Empowerment Party, and you see these people, these decent, patriotic, selfless, caring people who give up of their life and their time to dedicate themselves to building this, that alone is make you say, I reach home. When you see the level of sacrifice that building this party, personal sacrifice, you will say, I have found my family. I reach home.
If they are the reason why the economy won't sprout, when you're voting, vote them out, vote them out. If it is the passing laws that them alone can flout, when you're voting, vote them out, vote them out. If it is the building eyesores,
East, West, North, and South,
they say where you vote them in,
vote them out.
register and vote them out, totally
Vote them out.
stick your finger and vote them out.
Show them no mercy.
Put them out with tempo, they have been paid. Let's put our country together again. Put them out with calypso and joyous refrain. Let's put our country together again.
The Douglas Revolution, the Red Man Party, the half-breed revolution, the half-breed agenda. Let me create a place for every creed and race. One people under one flag. Let's do it. We can do this.
If their policy
It's a fallacy,
their bureaucracy,
a catastrophe.
if they cannot cope, and you see him so,
Then your only hope is for them to go.
if it is fabrication, these statements that they spout,
You lie, Stuart Young. You lie, and I know you lie. Because when they accuse Keith Rowley with the young girl in Tobago, Faris and Keith find video, Faris and Keith find birth certificate paper. So you could have give me a video. You could have do it after his time. Tell Maxie Cuffie, give me a video now. Show us the condition.
register and
Making jackasses of people.
stick your finger and them on the system. Put them out in Scarborough and in Bonus Bed. Let's put our country together again. Put them out in Comuto and in Laramie. Let's put our country together again.
Somebody just sent me this, and I want to read it. I won't read her name. I won't read her name, but I want to read it. Hi. I just realized while looking at tonight's live after more than a year that you and only you are the reason for me looking at life differently. Because of you, I have the courage to stand up for myself, to say right is right and wrong is wrong. Don't matter who's doing it. I'm braver, smarter, more educated and stronger. Thank you, Mr. Philip Edward Alexander. I owe you a big hug. My friend, I know you are watching the video. I take it, that hug. Bring it for me.
People must come first.
Citizens by right,
None of we are worse.
yellow, black or white,
Food, shelter and clothes.
free movement and speech, a garden that grows, and one law for each.
If it is that injustice is what they always show,
When you're voting, vote them out.
if it is that avarice
Is all they seem to show.
when you're voting,
Vote them out.
If it is their politics,
It's just a party show and a mama guy
elections day.
to fool people. All bandit must go.
Register and
Maya Khan is here. Good night, Maya.
stain your finger and
Darius C. Dolly, one of the hardest working men I know. Darius, how are you tonight, my brother? Nice to see you still out here. Nice to see you still in the trenches. We, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, this is for us, you know. Listen, all the political stunts and all the bullshit aside. You see all the nonsense and the foolishness, the trolling and the sycophancy, the lies from the government. You see all of that? Listen, we not looking for power. You come and help us build. If I promise that I will work for the PEP forever, and I never want a public office, will you come and help us? Because I will be here every Saturday at noon, and I want to tell you, if the PEP do anything wrong, I will pull that down too. We, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, have to understand. I told somebody today, vote for anybody that promised you recall. You see that law? And it must be your first day. Don't say I'll give you. Kamala, do we that? Give us a date and a time. Because the Progressive Empowerment Party says this. Our first act as government, our first act as government is to go to the parliament and sit until recall is law. I want you to understand the power of recall. The power of recall gives you the opportunity to fire your member of parliament if he or her is not doing the job you hired them for and that they said they were going to do. If you have that power, if you could pull that pin, if as you hire you could fire, they will work differently. And it is very important that you have that power. We will give you that power. Our second act is to create an opportunity for everybody who needs a home. Once you have a job, it could be a minimum wage job. Come and get pre-qualified. Come and sit in front of a loan officer. Because even if you have a minimum wage job, we promise you government support, you will get financing. Once you have a job, you pay your mortgage. We will make sure you have a home and you can raise your family. We will fix education so your children will get prestige and premium education. We will fix healthcare so not only Maxie Cuffie, everybody in this country could get first world healthcare. We will fix food production so that you could afford to feed your family on one job. On one job, so you don't have to work 9 jobs to impress people. You live your life and you raise your children, because all night and every night I talk about things like the farmers and I talk about the fishermen, but there's only one more role in this country that's more important than all of those, and that's parent. And our parents need to be able to raise their children now. We need to be able to rebuild the family. We need to be able to put the home back together, and mommy and daddy or whatever is your home, that must be able to have quality time that raises our children and molds minds. We need to get back to there, and it is possible. It is easily possible. It is very, very possible. All of you who afraid the power structure, the mocking pretenders, leave that to me. I'll deal with that. I promise you. Promise you, we'll fix that. We'll give you an undo and a redo that will move all them stunters, defrock them, and expose them so quickly. So quickly. I promise you that. I don't boast about that too much, but there are certain skill sets that I have that I tell you, if the Progressive Empowerment Party government comes to power, you see all them people who thief money, they will be tripping over one another to try and get on a plane. Trust me. And we will follow them. All we want, this we don't want you, you know. We don't want you. We want the people's money back. We want the people's money back. Do not make us follow you, because we'll come for it. All the people who take land and thief and conspire and connive and corruptly enrich themselves, we're coming for all back. Coming for all back. I'm telling you. Don't tell me, oh, God fell. We was in school. Miss me with that. But we grew up to miss me with that. Miss me with that. Put the people money back. You want to say we was friends from friend time? Put the people money back. Because if you're a thief and a bandit and a white-collar criminal, trust me, we're not friends. We're not friends. Yeah? Going forward from here, peptrinbago@gmail.com. peptrinbago@gmail.com. Go and send an email with your name, your address, your phone number, your constituency, your email address. Tell them we would like to join. I would like to join. I'm coming to be a part of this. PEPTT.com, that's the website. PEPAPP, that's the PEP app. We have an app. Download the app. Download the app because it gives you information and indication of what's going on when. Download that app. It's free on all of the app stores. Yeah? This Saturday at noon, we're hugging up and squeezing up and kissing up again. Those who could make pies and sandwiches and cupcakes and whatever. If you want to bring to share, bring it to share. If you want to bring things for people to sample, bring it. All of we is one. All of we is one family, and we live like that. Come and be a part of the PEP family. We're meeting this Saturday at noon, 19 Stanmore Avenue. We have some very, very good news. We've gotten a location in Chaguanas. We're tying up the details now. So we are going to be moving PEP headquarters to Central Trinidad and Tobago, only because we want to make sure that people can reach us equidistantly from all sides. I live Diego Martin, so I will drive to Chaguanas and meet the people who come in from San Fernando halfway. And that's how we want to run. We've gotten a place in San Fernando. We're working on a place right now in Tobago. We're going to have 5 hubs, HQ Central, and we're going to have North, East, Central, South, plus Tobago. Come and be a part of all of that. This one thing, anybody who has desks, tables, chairs, anything for the office that you would like to share, I wouldn't recommend that you lend us because I don't want to be responsible for it. But if you could donate it to us, we would be very interested. You could message me. If you would like to sponsor us some office chairs, we would appreciate it greatly. All of this we do, and everybody who does it gives of themselves voluntarily. And if you are willing to assist us in carrying this forward, even the foreign-based people, if you wanted to pack a container and send some office furniture for us, even if it's used and is lovingly pre-used, we will still take that. We now have 5 hubs to outfit, and we're going to have the smaller constituency offices also that go into the tables and chairs. And that's, we're here for the long haul, the Progressive Empowerment Party, not cutting no deals. We will not be an appendage to either the PNM or the UNC. We are not ganging up and joining up with none of these other alphabets. The Progressive Empowerment Party is your political expression, your political opportunity, your party. Come and join with us this Saturday at noon, 19 Stanmore Avenue. Looking forward to seeing all of you there. Stay safe. Also, one more thing before I go. If you have not yet gotten your PEP and Parang tickets, we're getting together to line. We're having it on the 25th of November, Chaconia. Get your tickets from any of the members on the thread. You could call them and tell them and book your tickets. Even if you can't come, buy 2 tickets, but I prefer to see everybody there. And if you're very well off and you would like to help us, buy 50 tickets and give them away to people who you know should come to the party to meet the party. Yeah? Help us do this. We want to not be owing any deep pocket financiers for any deals and all that bullshit. We're financing this party. One event, one fundraiser at a time. This is an opportunity for you to get on board. So if you can, and you'd like to message me and say, Philip, I'll take 10 tickets. Give it to whoever needs tickets. We would appreciate that because we have some good members who are on hard times now. So if you are in a position to help, we would appreciate it greatly. All our funds go into our consolidated funds and takes care of things like rent and other things that we have to do, and our public meetings that we go on regularly. So thank all of you in advance for all of you who are going to respond to this and help. Thank you very much. Thank all of you who help now. Thank all the members of the Progressive Empowerment Party. I don't say this enough. I love all of you. I am humbled by the way this party has grown. I am humbled by the speed. I am humbled by what you all do and what you all are and what it is. Great job. All of you, well done. See everybody. I don't know if we do a video tomorrow night, but I will definitely see everybody Saturday at noon, 19 Stanmore Avenue. Stay safe, Trinidad and Tobago.